live.
Yeah, let me check.
We're live. So that's pretty cool. So I'm excited about this, guys. So we got the Brady Bunch here. It is Coach's Corner. We're excited. Again, let's give some shout outs. So as you are coming into the stream, make sure you get your chat box out. Tell us where you're tuning in from, first and last name, and where you're tuning in from so we can give you a shout out. So we got Jim Young, Alicia Fields, Angela Perkins, Aubrey, how are you? Love it, love it. Chris Cornell, Clayton, what's going on? Good to see you. Who else do we got here? We got Esther from Allen. Good to see you here. I see Josh Ferris. What's up, Josh? Good to see you here with us, man.
Oh, Trevor, your live says Who You Know Show episode number 228.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I messed that up. Well, this is episode 228.
Hey, there you go. It's the Coach's Corner after that episode.
Yeah. Very cool. Is Shay in the room with us yet? Is she here with us?
Here.
Where are you? Shay, what is up?
Hey guys. Happy Monday. What's up, Mark?
Monday.
Hey.
Shay, I'm gonna make you a co-host. I'm gonna give you some co-host
Give me some privileges. Give me some access. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that is what's up. All right, guys, you're in store for something awesome today. All right, Coach's Corner is going to be thebomb.com. We got Shay Rowbottom in the house. So you guys get your questions ready. Okay, they call her the Queen of LinkedIn, right? The Queen of LinkedIn. So get your questions ready. Before we get to all that, though, I want to give you a quick intro. Let me share my screen real fast. We're going to have some fun. Okay. All right. Get my share screen. Can you guys see my little presentation here? Oh no, wait a minute. What did I just do? There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Hopefully you can. All right, there we go, cool. So we are in Coach's Corner. This is a new job networking group that we're extremely excited about. This is for the Who You Know Show guests. So we do have Shay Rowbottom here with us today. She was one of our guests on the show. For job seekers, for recruiters, for coaches, hiring managers, you're all welcome here. And this is just an extra layer of support, and it's going to be every Monday at 3 p.m. directly after the summit. So I got a real quick video for you. I'll play this.
We're doing something new, something that the audience has been asking us for a long time, and we're calling it the Coach's Corner. How do you like that? So we are actually creating a brand new job networking group just for you, just for our summit attendees to come through to get some extra support, some extra encouragement. This is for not just job seekers, this is for recruiters, this is for our network, this is for coaches and subject experts, and they're gonna be there to help support you, and you're gonna be there to get your questions answered that you have from the summit and anything else you got going on. Send us an email to whoyouknowshow@gmail.com. If you want access to Coach's Corner, send me an email and I'll get you in.
All right, so we're excited about this, guys. Make sure every Monday you can come back. We want this thing to grow, and we're going to bring more and more resources to you every single week. So we're excited about that. We do always like to do a real quick job seeker spotlight. So my first LinkedIn video of the week, the speaker spotlight here today, guys, is Lena Stutz. Okay, now we showed her video last week. But you know what? No one did another video this week, so I was real shocked by that. We've been having a consistent pipeline of these things going out. So for those of you, I'd love to hear in the chat, how many of you have done a video before? Have you made one on LinkedIn? Tell us in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and play Lena's again. She did a very good job. So we'll go ahead and play her job seeker spotlight.
This is my first LinkedIn video. My name is Lena Stutz. I'm a certified supply chain professional and a servant leader. I love to work across channels from product management, sales, operations, and inventory. I also love working with new technologies and automated systems. My passion is to ignite, inspire, and grow teams in work and volunteer organizations. Let's connect. And if you know someone that you think to connect with me, tag them in the comments below. Have a beautiful day.
All right, let's give a round of applause to Lena. Hey, round of applause. Guys, what did you think of that video? Tell me in the chat. What do you think? Shay, what did you think? What did you think of that video?
You know, it looks very familiar to me, Trevor, that format, that style, but no, I love it. You know, it's very authentic. It just kind of, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Us humans love to overcomplicate things. I'd say it's perfect for her first LinkedIn video.
Awesome. So we got the Shay Rowbottom stamp of approval. Love that. Nice, nice. Okay, good deal.
This is
All right, well, guys, what we want to do now, this is the part of the program where we like to, celebrate landings, and we like to celebrate, not just landings, but also the interviews. So what I would like for you to do is, if you have any interviews coming up, if you are, maybe you just got through some interviews this week, or maybe you landed a job, we want to hear from you. Go ahead and unmute your microphone right now, and that way we can talk a little bit about it. It's important to know your story. So who's got some interviews coming up?
Yes, my name is LaDana Van.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Tell us a little bit about your story. Tell us what you're looking for, what you're searching for, and who are you interviewing with?
Yes, hi. My background is underwriting and HR. I just currently graduated from Texas Women's University. So my focus is health insurance. I've worked with Blue Cross and Blue Shield for the last 15 plus years. And now I would like to move forward, transition to New York Life. And I have an interview on tomorrow.
Hey, all right, guys. Can we get some hands? Can we get some hands on LinkedIn, some hands in this chat, right? Okay, so, we've got some connections at New York Life, right? That's our broker dealer. So we probably, just kind of get things going a little bit, get that conversation. So I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. What kind of position are you interviewing for, LaDana?
I applied for a couple of them, but I believe there's one, a senior underwriting specialist.
All right.
Well, I'll find out tomorrow. I had applied for several though.
All right, well, yeah, we'll get some information. We'll plug in with you and see what we can do to get those conversations going. It's all about getting that face-to-face, guys. We have to get the face-to-face. It's super important. So who else has got some interviews going on? Anybody else in the room? If you have an interview, just come on and unmute your microphone. Come on in and tell us a little bit about yourself. Going once. Yeah, I know they're being shy, right? Going once.
Trevor, this is Chris. I had one.
All right, tell us about it.
So for everyone out there, I'm looking to get into a nonprofit or into a ministry, being that's where I came from. I had found a individual on LinkedIn. We just friended each other for no particular reason. It was something he posted, a little article he wrote. A few weeks later, he ends up being a director for a particular ministry who has a couple of openings that I was interested in. So I reconnected with him and we set up a phone first interview, if you will. I followed that up about 2 hours later with a video. Thanking him for the time, and he responded back saying, "Wow, that video was awesome. It's the best thing I had seen in 2020." It's a great touch point. So, yeah.
Yes. All right. Congratulations. So guys, did you hear that? Right. We teach you in the summit to use the video, right? After your in your follow-up process. And Chris did exactly that. He used the bomb video. And what did the decision maker say? They said, "Wow," right?
Yes, sir.
It's your exact words. Guys, we see that all the time. The article just came out this week, was featured in Forbes article for that exact strategy. It's called the job search Trojan horse. And when you hear words like "wow," that's exactly what you need to do. You need to wow that employer. So congrats, Chris. That's exactly why we're doing what we're doing, man. That's awesome. All right. So I know we also have a couple of landings that I'm aware of. I know of Robert Smith. So big congratulations, hands on LinkedIn for Robert Smith, and also Eddie Knight. So let's give a big special round of applause and some donut emojis. Guys, let me explain the donuts, okay? When you land a job in our community, you bring donuts and you share your story. Your stories are important because we need to know how it's actually happening, right? Like, we're not gonna know how to solve the problems until we know what's working, right? And so your story is super important. So you bring donuts and you share your story. It's also encouraging, it's also uplifting, right? So, and then if you land a contract, right, then you bring donut holes. Okay, Mark, why do we bring donut holes?
Because it's not a whole job.
Wow. See that? That's pretty good. You guys like that. Come on. All right. So landings and interviews, we want to celebrate this every week, guys. So make sure you can also send that in to whoyouknowshow@gmail.com if you land, or if you got something that's, celebrate worthy. We want to celebrate with you. Okay. Resources. I know we had a few resources, but besides Shay, we're going to get to her in just a second, but were there any other coaches or hiring managers, anybody here that is supporting the network? I know they registered. I just want to make sure to give you a shout out and to let the job seekers know you're here if you're in the room. Is anybody here? Anybody? Oh, man.
Hey, Trevor.
Yeah.
My name's Kerry Knoll. It's good to see
Kerry,
you.
what's up, man?
Gary.
Good to see you guys. I don't know if you got my note when I registered. I'm not a job seeker, folks, but I've been through the process. I've been in your shoes. And I want to stay connected, and I want to help in any way, shape, or form that I can. And you never know how things turn out. So it's always good to be part of this network.
Well, thank you, Kerry. Yeah, that's the spirit, guys. It's pay it forward, right? It's once you land, it's that pay it forward mentality, and how can you help other people going forward? So
Kerry,
thank you, Kerry.
Kerry, can you share when did you come through the network, and where did you get landed, and what are you doing now?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mark. I don't remember when it came. It was so long ago. I was in transition for 17 months, and I think so. I work at Verizon now. I started at Verizon in February of this year. So probably back up to this time last year, maybe, is when I went to the summit, came through the summit, or maybe even earlier than that, because Foster shared it with me, and I came over and met you guys. And then I just stayed connected throughout all that time and went through trials and tribulations, folks. Just keep at it. I probably posted 20 videos on LinkedIn, not necessarily about me searching for a job, but telling little tidbits of information about my personality, what I'm interested in. So I kind of built a personal brand, and that stuck with me. Now that I'm at Verizon, I'm doing business development and sales, and I continue to do that same kind of effort within Verizon to get to know the people, to get to know the folks I'm working with. I don't know if I'm answering your question, Mark, but because it seems like a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I love that. And what I love even more is just that you're sharing like the continuation of the things that you've learned through your search, right? And how that parlays into what you're doing now, and you're able to leverage some of that to really become more efficient and maximize your relationships.
Yeah, and just to share with the network, I'm not in a hiring manager position, but I'm well aware of positions that we're searching for and that are opening up. And as I get those, I post them I send them over to Trevor and Mark and put them out to the network. Additionally, by joining on occasion when I can, get to know some of the folks that are looking. I might find that purple squirrel or unicorn that I know within Verizon. We're looking for folks. So again, paying it forward and trying to help folks out, because I've been in your shoes, and it can be challenging.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, pay it forward, guys. Help one person every day. Hope, right? Hope. Help one person every day. So, Kerry, we appreciate you. Are there any more resources in the room that want to get a quick plug? I know there were a few that registered, so I'm shocked if they're not here, but anybody going once, going twice? All right, well, we'll try to make sure we get some more here next time, all right? So let's go on to, I want to talk about this. For those of you that have come through the summit, I talk about the comfort zone, right? So we're going to do a few things that are going to stretch you outside your comfort zone so we can grow, right? Ultimately, we want to get to the growth zone, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I call this the spin wheel of discomfort, okay? The spin wheel of discomfort. And basically what I want to know, we're gonna spin the wheel, and what I want to know is give us a little elevator pitch, right? Tell us something a little fun or interesting. Tell us what your passions are. What are you searching for? Some target companies. And here's the thing, guys, we're actually live right now. So there's a big audience watching, right? We have a pretty big network. So we have a pretty, collectively, a pretty good group of folks that are watching this stuff. So you never know. Somebody may see you and pick you out. So here we go. I'm going to go to the little spin wheel here. And let's see who we got. All right, do we have David Janey in the room? Do we have David with us? David, if you are with us, go ahead and unmute your mic. Come on in. And Hope and Holly, can you tell me if I'm scrolling over somebody that's not here?
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, David, what's up, David? What's going on?
How are you?
So good, how are you?
Good, I just took the tape off my camera here. I wasn't sure what to expect since this is my first time here. And so
Welcome, David.
Hopefully you can see me. I did do my hair this morning, so I guess it's all right to take the tape off my.
It's all good, brother. Look, I'm pulling up your profile in here. We're taking a look at you. We want to make sure to get you some visibility and so people can plug in with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Or are you searching? What are you looking for? All that good stuff. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, initially I was really plugged into some consulting work, and then COVID hit, and it kind of all went away overnight. And so I have started actually looking for a position. I'm looking for a safety director or senior safety manager position. And one of my challenges with my profile is it's really branded as a consultant, as a freelance person, which, is exactly what I was trying to do. It's not really branded as a job search person, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of straddling the line. Either one is fine. I don't need a job, but I'd like to go out and do some things. So, 2 or 3 weeks a month consulting or a full-time job. So that's kind of where I am. I've picked up a lot of really good tips from your videos and from your meetings. You can probably see a little bit of the influence of what you teach on my profile.
I see Shay's little formula here. I help companies, achieve better HSEQ performance through strategy, execution, and continuous improvement. Great job. And a call to action. So it says, let's connect. Quick question. Do you have the call to action in your name pronunciation?
Yes, I do.
You do? All right, man. We're going to put you on the spot. I want to hear it. Let's go.
Hi, this is Dave Janney. Let's connect soon and discuss how I can help you improve your HSEQ programs. I look forward to talking to you. Have a great day.
All right. Awesome, man. Great job. That is so cool. Good job. Good job. I love that.
Yeah, but what's interesting about that is I had seen that speaker icon on people's profiles before, and I couldn't figure out how to do it until I got on your call and found out you can only do it on the mobile, which, that makes no sense, but I would have never known that. And it literally took me 30 seconds once I had the information that I got from you.
Yeah,
because I use LinkedIn mobile all the time, but I didn't realize that there were different capabilities there than online, because that's where I spend most of my time is online.
Yeah, 100%. Well, David, thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate you being with us today. Let's do one more in here of the spin wheel of discomfort. All right. We got Bill Randolph in the house. Bill, you here?
Yeah, Bill's here. Bill's here.
Bill,
yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Oh, so good. How are you?
Great. Doing
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm working on just relocated here back to North Texas area about a month and a half ago with my family. We decided to make a life change and get closer back to family. And my older son is starting at OU and in his first semester. So we figured we'd rather be a couple hours from him rather than about 12. So a little bit about me. I got a background in supply chain, distribution and operations. Also some experience running business operations. Most of the companies I've worked for, I've ran divisions at 600 million to 1.7 billion in revenue in the past. I'm a kind of a long-term job seeker right now. A little bit of background about me. It's been a while, been out of the workforce. I spent the first 3 or 4 months of the year getting my house ready for sale in Denver because we moved here from Denver. And then after that process, moved the family down here to Texas. And ever since about the end of July, I've been a participant on your program, probably too many times, to be honest with you, and not taking enough action. I am still working on getting my camera and my new computer going. I just got that earlier in the week, or actually late last week, sorry. I had a little faux pas with my old laptop, and I just wanted to say this. I realized, hopefully I'm not taking too much time, but I realized that about late last week, talking to my son, my younger son, who's in high school here, and helping him with some of his assignments. And what he was afraid of was video. And what he had to do was make a video about himself like every week. And he was 3 weeks behind because he was procrastinating. And I want to tell you, I think that's what I've been doing. Got some excuses in my way, not wanting to, make that video. And I can see the value in it. And I can see where it's not just, trying to get a job, it's everything. We're going to be talking to everybody this way. So,
Yeah. Well, we are our own worst enemy when it comes to video. That is for sure. We're our own worst critics and got to get out of that comfort zone. So thank you so much, for sharing and for all that good stuff. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. So that was the spin wheel of discomfort. Now, guys, now that that's out of the way, let's get to our featured guest. We got Shay Rowbottom in the house, okay? So Shay, let me just set you up real quick. I want to set the stage.
Okay.
Whenever we get people to register for this event, I ask the question, what's the biggest challenge? What are you faced with? What are you dealing with on a day-to-day basis? And I want to get, the answer straight from them so we can try to overcome some of this stuff. Here's where the top 3, right? Getting noticed, ghosting, right? Being ghosted, right, by employers where you're interviewing and then you just don't hear anything back, right? And then just like overall interviews, getting interviews, landing interviews, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to stop the share and we're going to get back to our Brady Bunch. Everybody welcome Shay Rowbottom.
Thank you, Trevor. Thanks, guys. How's it going? It's so funny. I seldom work with job seekers. I usually work with entrepreneurs. And I just got off another call, another feature that just happened to ask me to also do a special today to help their job seeking community. So it's like a job seeking day for me. It's so funny, 2 in one day. And I normally work with business owners. So the universe is telling me something. I gotta get you guys employed. What's going on?
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So guys, I would like for you to get your questions ready. If anybody's got a question for Shay, go ahead and unmute your mic. Come on in. This is your chance. You get the plugger. Come on in. Let's unmute your mic. Let's do this. Don't be shy or I'll pull that spin wheel of discomfort out.
No spin wheel, please. How you doing,
what's
Shay?
up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, Trevor? Yeah, I got a question. And it has to do with posting original content, and one of the things that I'm seeing is that there is days where it just blows up, and you get views of your content that get into the thousands, and then you get days where you can't even get anybody's attention if you let yourself on fire. Is there a good strategy, or are there better times of the day to be posting content than not posting content?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, you should definitely be getting views if you light yourself on fire. But
I can only do that once.
No, I totally understand. I'm actually gonna go to your profile. Is your name Mike Matarian?
Yes.
Matarian? Let me look you up quick. Hang on one second.
Okay, this is where I get roasted by everybody.
No, I'm not roasting here.
I'm okay.
I'm just gonna share this screen and I'm just gonna live action.
Oh boy.
Go through and see what's up, because you're saying some posts do really well, some not so much.
Yeah, this is what I did today.
So is this considered good for you? 15 likes, is this above average or?
It's about, it's funny is that the likes and comments are between 15 to 20 on every post. It's, it's the algorithm where sometimes you get 1,000 people seeing it, and maybe another day you only get 400 or 500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it always, I mean, sure, we are at the mercy of these platforms and things change. The algorithm cannot be in our favor and this and that. But I always encourage all my clients to take the position of the victor, meaning we're never a victim to the platform. If something
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
Right. So if like something doesn't perform well, it's something you're doing. If my page views are down for a while, as much as I want to be like, oh, what the heck, LinkedIn? It's like, Shay, that's you. That's you not providing as much value as you have in the past. So understand social media platforms are free, but we pay them in the value we provide. So the more that we can contribute to positive user experience, the more we'll be rewarded by the algorithm. So I'm just gonna give me a minute here to kind of read some of your posts. I'm gonna see what the difference is here with some of the higher performing versus not.
Okay.
Hey guys, we also have another special guest. We have Isaac in the house. He wants to say hello. Say hello to Isaac.
Hey, Isaac.
Hey, Isaac.
Okay, so I'm seeing that your text posts are actually doing pretty good, and
Yes.
it's because they're super relatable. Like you see this, why is this ticket to have a PC joined to a domain still open after 3 days? Obviously on a platform like LinkedIn, a lot of people are going to see that headline, their eyes going to go, oh, this is something I can relate to. Let me click see more and read this whole status. Or I'm sorry, but I will have to transfer you to the right team. That's going to get my attention. That happens to me on a weekly basis, right? So I'm going to click and I'm going to want to read the rest of it. This one, okay, this one, not as high performing, half the amount of likes as usual. Let's see what's up here. Did you hear that? I hope you did. If you didn't, it could end up being a dissatisfied customer. I'm sorry, I hope you did. If you didn't, it could end up being a dissatisfied customer. In the rush to satisfy the customer, we are anxious to say, yeah, so I would say this one just probably doesn't pop as much. It's not as relatable. It's always, whenever someone's saying some posts are high performing, some aren't, I'm always going to go and look at the headlines. So let's see up here, you've got a public service announcement about LinkedIn. Oh, well, yeah, obviously that's going to get above average views on your profile, because anything that you can post on LinkedIn that's about LinkedIn does well on LinkedIn. It's kind of a little hack. Like even Trevor and clients of mine whose business has not historically been about LinkedIn, once they start making content on LinkedIn, they inevitably have value to share around LinkedIn. So every so often, maybe once a week, maybe a couple times a month, they'll throw in a post about LinkedIn, just because it's guaranteed to perform well. So that's a great way to kind of mix into your content. Like, hey, did you guys know about this new feature on LinkedIn? Did you guys know about this new hack on LinkedIn? It's just, people on LinkedIn love content about LinkedIn. It's kind of funny, right? There's no other social media platform like that. It's like you can
Absolutely.
post. Yeah. So definitely kudos there. And I also love what you did with the what's this called? The fancy text generator thing.
Yeah. Bold text generator, guys. Bold text generator.
Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, that's a nice little hack to use as well. I saw one of your other students, Trevor, use that in his headline. Another great way to stand out. Before you accept another connection, watch this video. bomb, bomb headline. I want to watch this video. I'm Shay and I still want to watch it. Like, what am I missing about this? So that's a great way to get attention.
That's a mic drop moment.
That's a mic drop moment. Yeah.
So if that involves me, is that a mic drop moment?
Oh, snaps.
I think that's a confetti cannon. I think that's a confetti cannon moment, Trevor. Do it.
Oh my God.
Do I need to do it?
Oh my God.
I got the cannon. It's the golden mic.
There's so many puns we could do. Mark too. We could do mark my words. I sent a new hashtag there, Mark. Let's get after it. So anyways, yeah, it really comes down to headlines. Mike, if I were you, I would very closely track your headlines. Which ones get the most attention? And you can reuse headlines, guys. This is what people don't realize. Like, I'll literally reuse the same headline on different pieces of content. If the different pieces of content are all around the same topic, and I have one headline that I know bangs every time for that topic, I'll actually use the same text headline over and over again. Or I'll repost just the text post that originally went with the video. I won't even repost the video. I'll just repost the text post again because the headline does so well. And then the other thing you want to track, Mike, is just the time that you're posting. Are you posting every day at the same time? Are you experimenting with different times?
I'm experimenting with different times.
Okay.
And I've seen things out there, just by doing a Google search, the people have different opinions about days and times, and I've been kind of experimenting with it, and most of it does seem to be I'm finding to be true to form. But let me ask this as a follow-up question.
All right.
If at the end of the day the goal is to get profile views, then does it really matter if only 300 people see a piece of content, but during the course of that day or two you get something like 20 or 30 profile views?
Yeah, well, content views equate to profile views. So it's all related. People say to me, oh, Shay, you just promote vanity metrics. And I'm like, vanity metrics are good. Like there's a point to vanity metrics. The more views I get on my content, the more engagements, the more likes, comments, shares, it's directly correlated with those profile views going up. And I know you guys are in good hands with Trevor because he'll talk all day about optimizing your profile. Now you're getting more profile views, people land on your page, and it's optimized for conversions, or in your case, it's optimized to communicate directly to your potential employer that you're the one to fill their position. So
one last follow-up question, and I'll yield back the time. And I appreciate the feedback. Now, as far as priming the pump, and I've heard this before, and I just want to get your take on it. Let's say if you're going to post something hypothetically Tuesday 8 a.m., is it good to get on there at 7 a.m. and start finding things to engage in and post responses and likes and encourage, and go to other feeds? Is that something that's helpful not only for the recipient but also for yourself when you post something later?
Yep, exactly. Yep. If you can get on an hour early and just start engaging with people are regularly active on LinkedIn and are likely to engage back when they see you post, that's a great way to just guarantee more engagement on your post. Give to get on social media. So I would absolutely recommend that. And it's something that I did quite a lot in the beginning when I was growing my page. I spent a lot of time on LinkedIn. I was not hanging out at the pub after work. It was like from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was just on LinkedIn, making sure I replied to every comment, every message, going out on the platform, engaging with new people, sending out connection requests. And I really attribute my growth today to doing that initial work in the beginning, because I don't even have to do that work anymore. My profile has so much momentum built that it carries itself forward at this point. And I have trained admins who work under me, who know my core values, my mission, my personality, who can actually go on the platform and engage as me and reply to inquiries and questions as me, so that I don't have to. But in the beginning, I think it's very important that you do it yourself to build that brand and build that trust. And yes, absolutely, if you're about to post, you can go out and start doing that. And don't underestimate just direct messaging people like, hey, I'm about to post a video. I would really appreciate your engagement. It's around this. It has to do with your industry. Can I send you the link? Would you drop a comment for me? I mean, people on LinkedIn are nice. People on LinkedIn want to be helpful. That's what this platform is all about, is helping people. So don't underestimate just asking. I would do that all the time in the beginning. I would just message people my link. Hey, just posted this, would love your engagement, would mean a lot to me. If you have a post you want me to engage in, send the link back and go from there.
Shay, thank you very much. That's some great information, and hopefully we could all end up in the place where you are now.
That's the goal. That's the goal, right? If you're not,
the goal.
If it's the new motto of 2020 is become an influencer or die trying.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks,
Love
Mike.
that. Hey, I want to give a shout out to all of our LinkedIn listeners. We got an audience on LinkedIn. So Anna Morgan, she's been on the show. Actually, Anna, I thought you were going to be here in the Zoom today, so I wore your T-shirt, the Career BFF. Just a quick shout out to Anna Morgan. She's the Career BFF. We got Brandy. We got Michael Udo. We got Lena Stutz. How are you? You were featured today, Lena. You were featured. Let's see. We got a bunch of people. Brenda, guys, if you have a question for Shay, go ahead and put it in the LinkedIn chat, and I'll make sure we get that to Shay. All right, for everybody in the Zoom, though, does anybody have any more questions?
Hey,
Josh Barrett. Oh, whoa, we got, whoa.
Woo!
All right, let's go with Josh Ferris. Josh, come on in.
Hey, man, I'll make this real quick. Mike stole a lot of my thunder, but Mike and I have been in Trevor's class here for the last month or so. So he and I are like having a race to see who can post stuff in our pod and get stuff out there every morning. It's kind of funny. So my question is more, I've kind of gotten the hang of this with Mike. I think our content's good. We've stepped out of the discomfort zone. So that's not really the issue anymore. But I find that I get a lot of the same people commenting on my posts every day, which is great. And it spurns good discussions. But if I want like specific people like recruiters or people in, I don't want to say my industry because my industry doesn't really exist right now. But if I'm wanting certain people to engage, are there other ways to increase who comments on my posts other than kind of the same group of us every day?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would absolutely encourage that as well. You know, pods are helpful, but at a certain point, they can almost become counterproductive where it's not reaching new people. So I actually encourage my clients to always be actively building their own new pods. You can actually do a complete switch up where you build a new pod and one day you just flip. You don't even drop it with the old regular people. You start with all new people. It kind of resets the algorithm on your page. So for you, and you mentioned recruiters, which is super easy on LinkedIn because recruiters run LinkedIn, right? So I would say for that, you could just filter a search for recruiters and build an industry list. I call it an industry tag list, where in the comments section, you bulk tag a bunch of recruiters with a personal note, kind of like, would love to hear from the industry experts around this topic. What are your thoughts? Just make sure that you're adding recruiters to that tag list that are active on LinkedIn. It's not always about the number of followers people have, or keep that in mind. Sometimes people think, ooh, they have a bunch of connections, I'm going to connect. What's really more important is how active are they? You know, someone could have 1,000 followers, but be really active on LinkedIn. That's the person you want to tag because they're more likely to engage. So I have, and this is something I've shared with Trevor in the program, it's like, I have several different lists of different industries, especially me, because I post a variety of topics. I have a list of salespeople that I can tag when I post about sales stuff. I have a list of life coaches and therapists and mental health professionals when I post my more vulnerable personal development and mental health content. I also have a list of marketers when I post my marketing content, of course. So it's kind of like I go into my spreadsheet when I post something and I'll bulk tag that list. And then you can kind of refine it over time based on who in that list is actually engaging. You can say, okay, 30% of these tags actually engaged. Who were they? Mark them down. Maybe try it a couple times, give people a couple chances to engage. But if you've done it 3 times and this one person on the list has never engaged, get them off the list and swap for someone else. And now you're just going to start naturally showing up in the feeds of these people who want to engage with you.
Perfect. And so follow up to that, what is your advice on building those lists of recruiters or marketers or salespeople? Do you have any like tips on how do you go and search for those people? Do you look for companies or do you look for people you know, or?
Not necessarily people you know. I think it's good to actually branch out. Like people are likely to be connected with other people like them, like in the same area, in the same industry, this and that. So I would just filter a search for keyword recruiters and then start to get niche like IT recruiters, HR recruiters, whatever the different industry the recruiter is in, and then check their activity section. So that's what I was saying about it doesn't really matter how many followers they have, it matters how active they are. Followers are important, but it only matters if they're active, because you want their engagement, and then the bigger they're following, the more people are going to see it. So if you find a recruiter that has 1,000 followers and one that has 10,000, and they're both posting and their activity section is the exact same on LinkedIn, the one with 10,000 is actually more valuable, because when they comment, they're blasting your post out to their network of 10,000 as opposed to just one. So I would just say filter a search for recruiters, look at their activity section. It should be, I call it the 5-second rule. Don't spend more than 5 seconds on a profile, because you do want to move it along, but definitely hit the profile, make sure that they're relevant to your content, check their activity section. If there's stuff there, good, they're active on LinkedIn, add them to your tag list.
Perfect. Thanks.
You're welcome, Josh. Good luck.
All right, G. I see G here. She says, I have a quick one. You got a quick question, G? Come on in.
A really quick question. Hey, Shay. I'm a fan. I follow you.
Yay. Thank you.
Quick question for you. And actually for anybody else. And today was a prime example. I don't typically use the bolded font for the attention grabbing, if you will. I haven't done it. I did it today in a post earlier this morning. I removed it because someone told me, and I don't know if this is true, and you guys can back this up, because I want to get creative. I want to stand out. I want to be bright and shiny and bold and fabulous. But I was told that on certain devices, that text does not show up. And Trevor, you're kind of smiling. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on this, but I want to get really quirky cool with this. And I don't know, I removed it. So if anyone went back to my earlier post, if you happen to catch it, there's no more bolded font. I went back and adjusted it for that reason. Any thoughts or I love it. I just didn't know that it doesn't feed across all platforms.
I'd like to comment on that. So Shay, I had somebody else comment on that same thing. And I went and checked multiple devices, and I didn't see it. I didn't see the difference in font, but I am curious, because I'm not an Apple guy, right? So like, maybe there's some device out there that doesn't show it properly. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I am with Trevor in that I've never seen that. I do believe that it's likely just occurring from someone who has an old device, something that's really outdated, some really old technology that just not a lot of people are using anymore. That would be the only way that wouldn't show up. So
yeah, BlackBerry.
Yeah, exactly. Like something really old is the only exception. And I would say that's such a small percentage where it's not going to show up that you could still use the fun stuff.
And it may be an old or a different browser, right? Like they're using maybe Firefox or some outdated browser that isn't really mainstream.
Yeah, someone mentioned it was Android devices, but I didn't know specifics, but needless to say, it was disappointing. The one time I try to go and do this, I had that feedback, so I removed it.
Don't let them kill your dreams, G. Get fancy. You stay fancy on them, girl. You just keep being fancy.
Thanks, Shay. Thanks, Trevor. Appreciate it, you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got Android, by the way, and it does work. So Android works. And I've looked on a bunch, because somebody brought that to my attention. So I went and checked a bunch of different devices, and I never saw it. So guys, keep your eyes peeled. If you see it, keep your eyes peeled and send it to me. Like, I want to know what devices it doesn't work on. All right.
But don't be fooled, you guys. Trevor is still whack for having an Android. That is the important takeaway here.
No.
You know how we love to fight, us Android. I know, right?
That's the easiest way to start a fight.
It is.
Hey, matter of fact, everybody in the chat and everybody online, tell us, are you Android or are you iPhone?
No, honestly, that is a great piece of LinkedIn content. Someone steal that. Like, make a poll, Android or iPhone. You'll start some comment wars, but it's like, it's not really that emotional of a topic. So it's an okay comment war. To make a video like, what's up with the Androids? Why do some people not have iPhone, but Android users think that they're so much smarter? I get it, because like I actually, as much as I'm a video expert, I'm not the techiest chick, right? So I like Macs. I like things simple. My ex, he was the opposite. He like built computers from scratch. He would make fun of me all day for the Macs. He loved PC and he loved Android. So it's just a preference, but it is a good content idea for LinkedIn because everyone has an opinion on that.
That is so funny. Yeah, the comments are coming in. Everybody's like ready to fight.
Android times 4.
Yes.
Wow. Look at you in the trap, just in the trap with multiple phones. That's
hey, I think Mike Caldwell, did you have a question earlier?
I did actually, yes.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Shay, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. You know, I'm early on in this job search process, and I'm naturally a public speaker and presenter. I do a lot of college sports announcing, things like that. But I have struggled to walk from the printed posts on LinkedIn to the video post. And I was wondering, when you started doing that, and I've listened to Trevor and Mark and them talk about it, I've listened to Josh talk about it, what advice would you have? Because, you know, I struggle sometimes wondering, what do I have to offer? What's my expertise? And I'm sure there's other people out here that haven't done it yet that kind of do that same thing. Do you just put it out there and see what kind of response you get? Do you try to hone in on a particular topic? Where do you go from there?
So there's many ways to answer that question. The first thing I'll start with, Mike, is since you've mentioned you're already doing text posts, you could actually make it real easy on yourself and go through all your previous text posts, find like the 10 of all time that were top performing, top engaged of all time, and make a video version of that topic. Because you already know it's a topic people want to engage with. So boom, right off the bat, you can start there. You know, definitely don't have imposter syndrome about your industry. It's just very common. People are like, I don't know. I don't think I'm an expert. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You've been doing this for decades. Like, you definitely have value to share. And the other thing is, you know, in society, we love to put filters on everything, right? We have a thought, but before it goes out, we've got to add a filter of, well, what will my boss think? What will my mom think? What will my husband think? There's all these filters. I always challenge my clients that are new to making videos and they get on the phone with me. They're like, Shay, I just don't know what to talk about. I just can't come up with ideas. And I'll sit with them and I'll go, okay, well, what's going on in your life? Like, let's just have a conversation. What are you up to? And they'll be like, oh, well, my kid's going to college. I got to move him to university. I'm transferring jobs right now. We're moving out of state. We're doing this and that. I feel like I have imposter syndrome. And I'm like, that's your video right there. Everything that you just said, those are your video ideas. We love to complicate things. We love to think, ooh, content marketing. Now I need to like sit down. I need to get in my content zone, sit at a desk and come up with ideas. It's like your life is the idea. And actually, the more that you can remove that filter and just start to make videos about exactly what you're going through, exactly what you're thinking, the more people relate to it, the more people respond. I actually find my clients who have the most structure in their video concepts and coming up, and they're so detailed in their ideas, and their content performs worse than the people who are just authentic and real because it's too cold. You know, it might have valuable information in it, sure, but people can't always relate to that. So I challenge you to actually just, anytime an idea pops in your head where you're like, whoa, well, I can't talk about that. I don't have 75 filters on it for society first. It's like, no, could you talk about it? Like, could you actually make a video about just that? And would it actually be the best thing for society to see someone else getting raw and vulnerable? Because guess what? It gives people permission to do the same. And it makes you more relatable as a human being. So, mic drop. There we go, Trevor. Thank you.
Mic drop.
Yeah, Shay, I've noticed that with some of the topics, I get a lot of views and a limited number of comments, but it gets a lot of likes in a lot of cases. So I was wondering if those expansions would encourage people to comment more. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. How do you connect with that and then work that into getting noticed by employers or recruiters or whatever? So thank you.
Yeah, what you could do with that actually is kind of similar to what I was mentioning before, where so everyone that likes your post, you can click on them and add them to a list of people to message in the future. Hey, John Smith, I noticed you've been liking a lot of my posts. Here's my most recent one. I would love it if you not only liked it, but if you could also drop a comment this time, because they're very likely to do so. They've already been liking it. Yeah. And also, you guys, if you're building up your connections, those are also good people to connect with. Go click on everyone who's liked your post and send them a connection request. They're very likely to accept because they already know who you are from your content.
Thank you.
You're so welcome and good luck.
All right, who else we got? I see Sandra. It's the last question. I want to make sure I'm not skipping over anybody. Did you guys see any other? I see Sandra's got one at the bottom. Was there any other questions that came before hers though? No? Okay. So Sandra, come on in. Bring your question to the table. Uh-oh. We can't hear you. She's not muted though. No, can't hear you. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, but I'll read your question. You want me to read it out? Okay, so I thought the video content should relate to your brand and industry. Is this true or not? Shay, what do you think? Does it always have to be about what you do, or can you just
all right, so there's two famous quotes in business and they completely contradict one another. Are you ready? 1, emotions do not belong in business. How many times have we heard that? You know, I as an emotional woman at the conference table have certainly heard that. 2, the second one is people do business with people, not businesses. And those are both very famous, but they kind of contradict one another. Like, I understand that the logic behind emotions don't belong in business, meaning, you know, stay logical, stay in your left brain. But at the same time, you know, I do not believe I would have grown my business had I not shown emotion and had I not been vulnerable on the platform, because people do business with people. It's that trust factor, right? That's why we love influencers. We trust them. We go back to their page and consume their content time and time again because they've gained our trust. We like them. We have trust in what they're going to say and what they're going to share. So can I do that? Can I gain trust only ever posting about digital marketing? Sure. But it's just a little bit more a dime a dozen to all the other digital marketers out there. What really makes me stand out is I show my human side as well. And sometimes those human, the more raw and vulnerable pieces of content actually perform way better. And then they set my page up and the algorithm on my page up for people, more and more people going to my page. And then they click on my page and then, oh, looks like this woman's actually a video coach and a digital marketer. They see my content about digital marketing. They're like, oh, wow, I'm going to reach out to her for business. So it's a mix, you know, it's definitely a mix. You want to include very specific niche content around your industry that's going to position you as an expert in your field, that's going to show you as a giver who's just giving free value all the time. But at the end of the day, people do business with people. So you also want to show them that you're human, and everyone has a different comfort level here. I totally understand if you have a boss or if you have a business partner and you don't want to, you know, get so raw, that's fine. I just always say, as much as you are comfortable, get more vulnerable. I think it was the beginning of the call today where Trevor said something about like pushing your boundaries, pushing your comfort zone. You know, that video idea, that's really scary. That's like, oh, I want to share this, but I feel a little too exposed, a little too vulnerable. Lean into that, you know, start to do some therapy on yourself. Like, well, but why do I feel so vulnerable sharing this? Like, what's really the worst thing that could happen if I shared this? Every time I'm scared to share something, it ends up being so high performing because so many other humans can relate. We're all conditioned to be so fake, so filtered. So when I am like, okay, I'm terrified to post this, all that means is it's a juicy piece of content that a ton of other people are starving for, because we live in a world that's lacking authenticity, especially in the business space. I actually just posted my first ever ugly cry video. I was literally crying. I had a situation come up where somebody had asked me to write an intro for a LinkedIn book, and I started to tell my story about how I got on LinkedIn, and I started to relive the time in my life before I got on LinkedIn. I was really depressed. I was suicidal. I said a prayer to God, and God like answered my prayer through LinkedIn. And I share this story, and I'm literally crying into the phone. Even while I was filming it, I was like, there's no way I'm going to post this. I'm crying. I have no makeup on. And I was like, you know what? I watched it back. I was like, you know what? It's a really beautiful story. Yeah, I don't like the way I look, but whatever. I'm not going to get hung up in my looks. It's about the message I'm providing. And I posted it, and poof, most viral post I've had in like the past 6 months. It's gotten over 180,000 views on the video, over 5,000 likes and thousands of comments and a bunch of leads. So it just goes to show the more that we are scared, the more that we fear something, but go through it anyways, the juicier the breakthrough. So always remember that when you have fear come up, just tell yourself, ooh, this is an opportunity for an even juicier breakthrough for me. And just be as vulnerable as you can and push the limits there as well. But yes, definitely mix in niche and industry content too, so that people know exactly what it is you do and how you help people.
Okay.
Mike, Robin.
Thank you. Yeah. And go check out my ugly cry video on LinkedIn. ugly cry video. It was my first one.
It was great. I loved that video, by the way. You know, here's the thing, Shay, I want to tell you, to your point, okay? What you're doing is you're turning your window shoppers, okay? So your window shoppers, guys, are people that watch your videos, but don't ever comment or like, okay? They don't engage at all. They just consume, right? And we're all guilty of this. I do it all the time. Gary Vee is one of my biggest, you know, I love Gary Vee, right? And I'm always scrolling, I see his content every day, but I don't comment. I don't like. Why? Because, you know, he's so big, he's probably never going to respond, right? With Shay's, I remember, and Shay, you're probably going to hate me for this. So at the beginning, I used to comment on a lot of your content. And then, but now we've gotten to know each other and all this kind of stuff. So like, I don't know, I'm not commenting on every single one of your posts because you do a lot of content, right?
Right. I also already got your money, so we're good now.
Yeah, you got my money, so yeah, we're good. But you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not posting, but you did that one, and I did comment on that one, right? So you turned, again, those vulnerable posts will turn your window shoppers, people that are consuming, but they're not commenting. You will turn that into an actual person who will comment on your post, right?
Yes, exactly. And you guys, like, also, like, screw business for a second, screw job seeking, screw money, all those things aside, like, literally people have commented on that post saying, I myself have felt really depressed and suicidal lately. I needed to see this video today. Thank you. Thank you. Like, what if I would have just been in my insecurities, like, no, I don't have makeup on, I don't want to post this. It's like that video could have literally changed a life. Like, forget business for a second. Like, this is the content that people need to see. So just keep that in mind as well. You know, all marketing tactics aside, the more that you expose your raw self and show your raw human emotions and what you're going through, the more you give others an opportunity to do the same, especially the men here. Man, you know, it's so much harder in our society as a man to feel safe opening up and being vulnerable, but other men need to see that. You know, other men need to see that it's okay to cry. It's okay not to be the tough guy all the time. So I just really challenge you all to think about that as well. Like, it's not about you, right? God is working through us in mysterious ways. And yeah, sometimes those are the comments that really make my day, are the ones where I'm like, oh, wow, this person's life has been altered for the better because of this piece of content where I decided to get raw and vulnerable.
Hey, Trevor, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
You know, there was a post out there this morning that I read that was about the TikTok acquisition, and you know, it was from a marketer that was from Walmart, and he was expressing his excitement about it and everything. And you know, what do you think about posting commentary on controversial topics or something that you disagree with? And I wrote a whole paragraph, you know, all logically spaced out, and then I deleted it because I'm thinking, how does that help me? You know,
great question.
And that, because that's a stinky deal. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I can share about that. One is actually, you're actually talking about two things here. You're actually talking about current events, you know, something kind of maybe not related to your industry, but it's like a current event and it's trending. I actually do encourage people to post about that because it's a great way to pool engagement and get people talking in the comments. Hey, what do you guys think about this TikTok acquisition? Exactly. It's just more filler content for your page. So that's cool. As far as controversy, you know, there's also a misconception around this. A lot of people say that to me. They're like, Shay, you're so controversial. You're so polarizing. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just honest. I'm just as controversial and polarizing as the next person if they would actually get honest. So a lot of people fear that because they're like, no, I don't want to be disliked. I don't want to be disliked. But what it actually does is it creates a better clientele that's more aligned with your values and mission anyways. So yes, I post my raw beliefs. I'm always opening myself up to risk of people saying, I don't agree with Shay, I'm not going to do business with her. That's fine. I'm willing to get through those people and lose some of those people to find the clients who truly align with me, because I guarantee you, for every person that says, screw you, Shay, I don't agree, there's people flooding my inbox like, oh my God, I feel the same way. And I don't feel like I can talk about it. I thought I was alone in having this opinion. So just keep that in mind as well. You know, I think there's just a lot of fear around being our true selves. I'll end with this. You know, there's another influencer type person. He's a little more old school. I don't even think he's big on social media, but he has a blog. His name's Steve Pavlina, and he's supported me a lot in my personal development journey. He talks about the ones and the tens, and I actually made a piece of video content around this once, but basically saying that everyone that you meet on a scale of 1 to 10 is somewhere between 1 and 10. 10 being, this is a perfect connection for me. We have the same morals, the same values, the same mission, the same belief. We're BFFs, we're soulmates, we're 10s. 1 being, oh my gosh, I don't align with this person at all. They have opposite beliefs as me, they upset me, they trigger me, whatever. So a lot of people actually never find their 10s because they're so afraid of running into the 1s and the 2s, because that's confrontation there, right? So everyone just kind of like shows up a little surfacey, trying to be like a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10 with everyone. Like, you know what? I don't really care about finding my 10s. Let me just make sure I'm like a 7 on everyone's scale. Like, I want to be like liked and acceptable and not say anything too polarizing or against mainstream opinion. And then boom, I'll be a 7 with everyone. I'll be liked with everyone. That's fine. But guess what? You're not going to find your 10s. You're not going to find your real soldiers, raw, authentic, lifelong relationships. You have to be willing to get through the 1s and the 2s to find your 10s and the people you really want by your side as you're building your empire and carrying out your mission. So that's just always what I remind myself when I get down on the haters, when people say, like people say like, oh, I followed you for years, I unfollowed you because I don't agree with this new thing you're posting. It's like, I'm human. At the end of the day, does that still affect me? Sure, I'll be like, oh no. But I just always have this talk with myself like, Shay, you have to get through the 1s and 2s to find your 10s. All that comment is proving to me is there's a 10 right around the corner ready to enrich my life, and I'm going to do the same for them. And what a beautiful thing. So.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Get out there and be your true self. It's okay.
Shay, thank you so much, guys. What do you think of Shay? Isn't that awesome? Let's
Oh,
give her a round of applause.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. I love the silent clapping because everyone's on mute. So cool.
Thanks, Shay, for joining in.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I'm really excited for all of you on LinkedIn, your job search. It's really good that you have Trevor, because this is what it's all about, is building your own personal brand. And even as an employee under a company, like, you are a personal brand. So I really encourage you all to just share your true selves, make videos, make content around your expertise, how you can show up and help a company. And also get creative. It's not just about LinkedIn. Send your employer a letter in the mail. No one does snail mail anymore. That's a great way to stand out. Do some research on them. What do they like? Maybe you find out they have an obsession with chocolate and you mail them some chocolates with a photo of you and your resume. Like, it's just thinking outside the box, and also always having the belief that you are in control and you manifest your own reality. So good luck, everyone. And thank you, Trevor, for having me.
Thank you for coming. We really appreciate it, guys. The Queen of LinkedIn in the house. Love it, love it, love it. So guys, make sure, I'm going to put her link in the chat real quick. Y'all go follow her stuff. She's got some good stuff.
Send me connection requests and just say that you were part of this call in a little note, because then I'll know that you were on the call and I'll accept. Otherwise, you might get buried. But if you send me a connection request today with a note, hey, I was on Trevor Houston's call, I'll be sure to accept it. And shoot me a message anytime. I'll get to it when I can. Otherwise, my team will address it. or forward it to me. And yeah, keep kicking ass. Thanks, Trevor. I gotta hop off. Good to see you, Mark.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye. All right, guys, that's awesome. So she's going to connect with y'all. That's big too, because you only got 30,000, right? You only got 30,000. She's got almost 500,000 followers, right? Like it's like she's kind of up there. So you only get 30,000 connections. That's all you get on LinkedIn. All right. So what she's going to have to do, I love this. She's going to have to go disconnect from some people so that she can connect with all of y'all. That's awesome. So make sure you go send her a connection request, like she said. And every Wednesday, guys, every Monday, thinking of the show. Every Monday, we're going to be doing this. So make sure you're here. Again, you can use the exact same link, the Zoom link that you have. So go ahead and put like a reoccurring calendar invite in your calendar for this. Use that Zoom link. You don't always have to register every single time, guys, through the Calendly. You don't have to register every single time to come. But we encourage it only simply because we want to know what your struggles are, right? And if you don't register, I really don't know. So I want to know from you what your struggles are. Last but not least, guys, I said this last week and we did it, right? We were able to do it, right? I said, I want to double, right? Let's double the group size. So how many people do we have in here? We got 46. I think we were up in the 60s, 70s at the top end. So people had to go. So it's real simple, guys. There's a lot of people out there that are hurting right now. A lot of people got affected by COVID. How many of you know other job seekers? Right?
At least one.
How many of you, your company, right, maybe let go a bunch of you, right? And maybe you're the only one from, they got furloughed that's here, but there's a whole bunch of other folks that got let go too, right? So go invite somebody, bring them here, because there are things that we can do to help, right? You're all part of the community. We love you. We appreciate you. And it's all about the spirit of helping one person every day, right? All right. Mark, any parting thoughts? Holly, anybody got any parting thoughts before we get out of here?
No, keep on bringing your questions though. And what I would say is, if you can, keep eye out for the next guest, because we'll post some information on that heading into this coming Monday next week. And so that way you can be sure to get your questions answered so you can have those ready and prepped.
Yeah, we're going to try to bring some, some really good speakers like Shay but you know what? Even the times where we don't have a guest speaker, right? It's going to be about us answering those questions for you, right? To help you with that. We want to dive deep into the questions and figure out how we can solve them. So we'll see you guys here next week at 3 p.m. We appreciate you guys. It's all about who you know. Bye. Mic drop. I'm gonna keep waving my hands until the last one's gone. I'm just gonna
do this till
I'm not leaving. I'm gonna stay here the whole time.
Like, no, I don't want to go anywhere.
That's fine. See how long you can last.
Wave by, Isaac.
And we'll just stick around here for a while then.
The hacker's back. He got his hacker mask from Grandma today.
I'm doing this for the rest of the evening.
For those of you that are watching on LinkedIn still, hey, y'all that are watching on LinkedIn and you're not here in this room, in the Zoom, in the actual meeting, that's where the real is, okay? If you're on LinkedIn right now, I see you. I see y'all on LinkedIn. You're not here in the real deal, so you need to be here next Monday.
Don't close it yet. I'll post the link real quick.
Are you gonna post it? You're gonna post it in the LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Or they can just go to whoyouknow.show. Check it out there, all the information. Yeah, whoyouknow.show, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Good to see you guys. Take care.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for joining in.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, JC, Jennifer. Love you guys.
Gonna be the last one.
He's making sure he's last. William.
I don't think William's gonna let you beat him.
He's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Great show today, guys. Thank you very much. I'm kind of in between teaching / watching, so thank you again.
Yeah. Hey,
awesome.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll chat with you tomorrow.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
Bye.
All right. I'm leaving.
Yeah, they're not leaving. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna be last.
I gotta go. Bye.
Okay, bye.